Good morning students, myself Akshay Mahendrakar, and today we are going to solve some numericals based on barometer as well as U-tube problems. That means the device which is used to measure pressure difference, that is nothing but what? Manometer. And problems how we are going to solve means, how we are going to discuss means, these kind of problems are known as U-shaped tube. Okay, it is nothing but U-shaped tube, already we had discussed. Okay, so whenever a liquid is poured in that U tube, okay, how we are going to discuss, how we are going to solve some problems, we are going to discuss it in our today's class. Okay, so let us come for the first question. So what they had given means, figure shows an open tube which contains some water and a less dense liquid. Listen, in this tube they had given some water, they had filled with some water. After that, what they are telling that which contains some water and a less dense liquid. Okay, that means in that single tube only, and one more one more manner of liquid they are filling in that. That is nothing but what they are telling. One more is lesser dense liquid. That means density of that another liquid is less compared to that of water. Clear? So poured in the right hand side of the okay. Next again here what they had given, if the density of the unknown liquid is rho x. So density of unknown liquid is rho x, show that rho x is equal to rho w hw divided by hx. Rho w is nothing but density of water, and rho x is nothing but density of one more liquid, that is nothing but less denser liquid which we had poured in right hand side. Okay, so density of this is given as rho x. Clear? And this completely it is nothing but what? Water. Yeah, this is nothing but density of water, and this they had given it as rho x, and show that we have to prove this. Okay, rho x is equal to rho w hw divided by hx, where rho stands for density. Clear? Shall we go for the solution? Listen, here we are considering on a horizontal level. Clear? So what is the characteristic of pressure? For a horizontal level, pressure should be same. Correct now? So here I will be calling it as point A. So where I can write, okay, this is nothing but point A, and here it is nothing but what? Point B. Clear? So according to diagram, what I can write, PA should be equal to what? PB. Okay, PA should be equal to PB. And about atmospheric pressure, they had not given anything. Okay, they are not telling that it has been kept in atmosphere. Okay, and they have not also given that we are performing this complete experiment in vacuum. So what we are going to consider means, here some atmospheric pressure is acting. Okay, and here also some atmospheric pressure is acting. Okay, this arrow mark indicates now P atmosphere. That means atmospheric pressure. So what happened? Pressure at point A. Let us go for the equation. What we are going to get? Atmospheric pressure plus pressure due to this liquid column. So how I can write that? PA plus, about this liquid column, what will be the pressure? Okay, at this point we are going to calculate. Density is rho w. Acceleration due to gravity will be acting in downward direction, that is nothing but g, and h is nothing but at the depth of hw, where w stands for that water. Clear? So what I can write, at a depth h, okay, for a density rho means what we are having the habit of writing that equation, rho gh. So here what I can write, rho for water, okay, g as it is, acceleration due to gravity, next h for water. Clear? Rho wg hw. This will be equal to PB, pressure at this point. Okay, these two levels are not same. Okay, next pressure at this point, again atmospheric pressure is acting, which is nothing but PA plus density of this given as rho x. Clear? So rho x, come on, what it will be? Rho gh, rho x g. Here what I had considered, hx, where x is nothing but our unknown liquid. Okay, that x stands for unknown liquid. So from this equation, First of all, what will cancel? PA, atmospheric pressure will cancel. What is remaining? Rho W G HW is equal to rho X G HX. So G will also get cancelled. Okay, if we consider only these two terms means. So finally, what they are asking us, rho X we should have to separate. Just separate rho X from here. First of all, we will write that rho W HW is equal to rho X HX. Correct? Next, if you separate rho X means, check what we are going to get. Rho X is equal to rho W HW whole divided by HX. Check. Rho X is equal to rho W HW divided by HX. Clear? Is that clear? Note down this. Shall we go to next problem? Clear? So now let us solve next question. A vertical U-tube of uniform inner cross section contains mercury in both of its arms. Clear? So let us go for the solution, diagrammatic part. Okay. Okay. So what they are telling, a U-tube of uniform inner cross section. So cross sectional area for this tube is uniform, okay, throughout this tube. Then what they have given, contains mercury in both of its arms. That means in both the arms we are having what? Mercury. Clear? Okay. Next let us read. A glycerine density they had given. A glycerine of density 1.3 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, column of length 10 centimeter is introduced into one of the arms. Okay, shall we go for the solution part? Let us consider first of all it is filled with what? Mercury. This dotted line indicates, this dashed line indicates what? Mercury. Yeah, this is nothing but what? Mercury. Okay. Next, a glycerine of density this much, okay, column of length 10 centimeter is introduced into one of the arms. That means here let us consider they had kept what? Mercury. Okay. Sorry, not mercury. What is that? Glycerine. Okay. Okay. This they had given it as 10 centimeter. Okay. 10 centimeter is nothing but H for glycerine. Okay, HGL I am writing. Okay. Next what they had given, oil of density is poured in the other arm until the upper surfaces of the oil and the glycerine are in the same horizontal level. So what they are telling, if we put some oil here, okay, in the right hand side tube, what we are having this open face, here if I put oil, then what will happen? Both the upper surfaces, okay, they will remain in what? Completely in horizontal manner. So what I can write here, how I can draw here, okay. So here let us consider what? Some oil is there, here mercury is there, okay. So here what we are having? Oil. For oil let us draw stars, okay, this is nothing but what? Oil. So anything they had given about oil, column of length 10 centimeter is introduced in one of the arms. Oil of density, density of oil, let me check it. Oil of density something here value should be given, is poured in the other arm until the upper surfaces of the oil and glycerine are in same horizontal level. Find the length of the oil column. Okay, so this distance they are asking. Okay. So let me check about density of oil, whether they had given or not. 1 second. they had given here 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, 0.8 gram per centimeter cube it is poured. So density of oil, so this is nothing but H. So for oil, what I will write means H oil. Okay, H for oil, this is nothing but mercury, and density of oil is given to you 0.8 gram per centimeter cube. Yeah. Next, glycerine's density, weather check, they are given here. Okay, a glycerine of density. So this is nothing but what? Glycerine, and the density of glycerin, density of GL given to you, how much they have given? 1.3. Correct na? 1.3 gram per centimeter cube. Anything? H oil they are asking, HGL they have given. So how we are going to solve this question? First of all, let us consider this horizontal level. Okay. So I will call this point as point A, as earlier how we had solved this as point B. And if this is H means this is HGL, okay, this is H oil. So total is 10 centimeters. So this will be what? This distance will be 10 minus H oil, correct now? Total is 10. Okay, this distance is H oil, that means this distance will be 10 minus H oil, correct? Huh? Next, this, let us call this as point P. Let's equate the pressures. Okay, so PA should be equal to what? PB. Shall we go? So PA should be equal to what? PB. Okay, they had not talked about atmospheric pressure. Okay, even if you consider means atmospheric pressure, both the sides it will get cancelled. Correct? Huh? So pressure at point A due to this liquid column. Okay, what it will be at point A in the absence of atmospheric pressure, if we are considering means in presence of atmospheric pressure also you can consider, but left hand side PA plus something, that PA will get cancelled. Okay, check it. So here what I am telling, pressure at this point will be what? For this density of glycerine, okay, H they had given, acceleration due to gravity will be acting in downward direction. So what PA will be what? Rho for glycerine, correct? G, next H for glycerine, correct? Rho, G, H. Rho is nothing but rho for glycerine, G is nothing but acceleration due to gravity, H is nothing but 10 centimeter, okay, is equal to. Next, pressure at this point. Listen, pressure at this point is nothing but pressure due to this oil column plus pressure due to this mercury already which we are having. So density of mercury nowhere they had given, but you should have to remember that. So density of mercury is nothing but what? Symbol Hg. This is nothing but 13.6 gram per centimeter cube. Okay, we had checked now. Correct na? It is 13.6 times of density of water. So density of mercury, it is nothing but 13.6 in CGS units gram per centimeter cube. Okay, don't convert the CGS units to SI units. Okay, answer they are expecting in what? CGS units only. Okay, so rho GH, here what I can write? Rho for oil, okay, G, next H for oil, okay, plus second for this one what I can go? Rho for mercury, because this is mercury, rho for Hg into G, next H is nothing but 10 minus H oil. Okay, will you calculate H oil from this? So first of all, G, you can take G common here, you can cancel it on the both the sides. So density for glycerine, how much they had given? 1.3, yeah, 1.3 into H is nothing but how much they had given? 10 centimeter. Correct now? This is nothing but 10 centimeter. Okay, H for glycerine is equal to density of oil 0.8 given into H oil, what we can do, simply keep it as H oil only. Okay, we want that, plus density of mercury, that is nothing but 13.6 into 10 minus H oil. Can you able to see this? 10 minus H oil, clear. So simply you want H oil, okay, H oil value. So how you can proceed means this 13.6, multiply it inside and check what you are going to get. 1.3 into 10, it is nothing but what? 13, correct na? Is equal to 0.8 into H oil. Let us keep as it is 0.8 into H oil, clear, plus 13.6 into 10, it is nothing but what? 136 minus 13.6 into H oil. So separate H oil and check how much you will get. Will you proceed? Shall we do 0.8 into H oil as it is 0.8 into H oil, clear? So sorry, plus 13.6 into H oil. You can take H oil common, okay? 0.8 into H oil. So what I will do means I will take H oil common here. Let us check what we are going to get. Final answer 0.8, okay, plus here we won't have any H oil, okay, plus 136 as it is. From these two terms I am taking what? H oil common. So what I can write? H oil, okay, once again. So what I can write here? First of all, let us take H oil common. H oil if I take common means in bracket what I will come with 0.8, okay, minus 13.6, clear, plus 136, correct? Huh? So 136 if you bring here means 13 minus 136 is equal to H oil into bracket 13.6 minus 0.8, how much it will be? So 0.8 minus 13.6, okay, cross check how much you are going to get. I hope 12 point, this is 6 means 12.8, okay, correct na? So finally H oil is nothing but how much? Here you will be going to get minus, this is also minus, somehow minus minus will get cancelled. 13 minus 136 whole divided by 12.8, okay, this will be almost equal to, here you will be going to get minus, actually that means plus 136 minus 13, okay, if you take minus common and cancel it with this term means you will be going to get 136 minus 13, so it will be 9.6 almost equal to, clear? So 9.6 is nothing but this value. This value is nothing but what? 9.6 centimeters. Clear? Shall I erase the board? So finally, this value will be in the units of what? All the units are in CGS system. That's why 9.6 centimeter. Okay. So 9.6 centimeters. Shall I erase the board? Okay. Clear? So next we are going to discuss about equation of continuity. Clear? So what is the meaning of equation of continuity? Means whenever a liquid is in motion, okay, we were discussing about what? Hydrodynamics part, correct na? in that this equation of continuity plays a very important role. Clear? So we are going to discuss and we are going to derive what is that equation of continuity. So what equation will give us continuity equation? That means what is the meaning of continuity? Okay, those all things we are going to discuss it now. So we are considering a pipe which is having cross-sectional area A1 at this end, okay, and it is having a cross-sectional area A2 at this end. Clear? Okay. Next we are going to tell that at this point velocity is v1. Clear? And at this point velocity of the fluid particle is v2. Clear? So this side at this point velocity is v1 and at this point velocity is v2, and density here we are considering rho1 and here we are considering the rho2, but what we are telling as finally after deriving the equation we will substitute rho1 is equal to rho2 because fluid is incompressible. Okay, we are considering an incompressible and non-viscous fluid. Clear? Next, let us call this end as end A. Okay, this end as end B. Clear? I hope you are getting. So this is nothing but what? It is, we are considering a pipe which is having a different cross-sectional area at one of its end, which is nothing but A1, and this end A2. At this point velocity of the particle is V1, at this point velocity of the particle is V2, and here we are considering density as rho1, here we are considering density as rho2. For calculation purpose we are considering rho1, rho2, but finally we will substitute rho1 is equal to rho2 is equal to rho. Okay, that means here if the liquid entering, water is entering, means here water will only get exited. No, here if I put water here I won't get oil. Clear? So density of the liquid will be same. Okay, and this end we are going to call it as end A, this end we are going to call it as end B. Clear? So now we are going to discuss about equation of continuity. Okay, at this point, okay, at the point A or at the side end A where cross-sectional area is what? A1. Clear? At that point what we are dealing with how much distance, okay, how much distance the fluid particle will cover in a small interval of time. Okay, so for that we know that velocity is nothing but what? From our kinematics, v is nothing but what? It is nothing but displacement by time. Correct na? In straight line we will be considering displacement is equal to distance. Clear? From this what I can write? Distance is equal to v into time. Clear? So distance covered by the fluid particle, okay, at this point we are going to consider it as delta x1. This is nothing but distance covered by the fluid particle in small interval of time delta t. So delta x is nothing but velocity into time. But what is the velocity here? v1. Clear? In small interval of time, which is nothing but what? Delta t. Okay? Delta x1 is equal to v1 into delta t. This is nothing but distance covered by the fluid particle in small interval delta t. Clear? Okay. Now next what we are going to consider, mass of the fluid, okay, at a time, okay, at some part, okay, at this part, what will be the mass of the liquid. So we know that density is nothing but what? Mass by volume. Clear? Or what I can write from here, mass is equal to density into volume. Correct, no? So here what I am going to specify means in that small time interval delta t, when the fluid has covered a small distance delta x1, then mass of the fluid which is entering at this point, mass of the fluid which is entering at this point, okay, that is nothing but we are going to specify it as delta m is equal to density into volume. Density is nothing but at this point we are considering density as rho 1, correct now? Next, for volume, imagine a cylindrical vessel, okay, whose cross-sectional area is A and height of that cylinder is h. Then what will be the volume of that cylindrical object? Can you know what is the value for that? What is the volume for that cylindrical object, which is nothing but volume? How I can write? So delta m is equal to density rho 1. Volume is nothing but A1 into that length is nothing but what? Delta x1. Clear? So from this equation I will substitute delta x1 here. This is why I had written A into delta x1. Volume is given by what? Okay, cross sectional area into length of that particular cylindrical vessel. Okay, here we are considering in the same manner. Okay, how much volume the water is entering inside the point A. Okay, at this phase, how much the mass of the water, how much it is entering. That is nothing but delta m is equal to rho 1 A1 into delta x1. Clear? So next, so delta x1 directly we are substituting all the values. So delta m, so let us call it as delta m1. Okay, at this. Okay, delta m1 is equal to rho 1 A1. So x1 is delta x1 is nothing but what? V1 into delta t. Correct? So I will take this delta t to my left hand side. What I will get? Delta m1 by delta t is equal to rho 1 A1 into V1. Rho 1 A1 into V1, that is nothing but delta m1 by delta t. Let us call this equation as equation number 1. Okay, all these values we had calculated for this end. Okay, now we are going to calculate for the second part. Okay, same thing. Okay, distance covered by the fluid particle at the second phase, that is nothing but here we had considered delta x1, here we are considering what? Delta x2, which is nothing but v2 into delta t, because here velocity is nothing but what? v2. Clear? So next, here if I calculate delta m2, okay, density is nothing but what? Mass by volume. Mass is nothing but what? Density into volume. Same. Okay. So density is nothing but what? Mass divided by volume. Okay. So delta m2 is equal to rho 2 into volume. So volume, how I can write now? For a cross sectional area A2, so I am writing it as delta m2 is equal to rho 2 into A2 into delta x2. Okay. Now this delta x2 value substitute. So what we are going to get? Delta m2 is equal to rho 2 A2 delta x2 value v2 into delta t. Okay. So delta m2 divided by delta t. Okay, just rearranging. Delta m2 divided by delta t is equal to rho 2 A2 into V2, where this V stands for what? Velocity. So let us call this equation as equation number 2. Okay. Now what we are telling means the amount of fluid which is entering at this point should be equal to amount of fluid which is exiting at this point. Clear? There is no loss of liquid in between this point and this point. So that's why we are equating equation 1 with equation 2. That means delta m1 by t should be equal to delta m2 by t. So simultaneously right hand sides we are equating. So equating RHS what we are going to get? Let us check. Rho 1 A1 V1 should be equal to rho 2 A2 into V2. Okay, fluid is same. Okay, that's why rho 1 equal to rho 2, or rho 1 rho 2 will get cancelled. So finally what we are remaining with, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2, because rho 1 is equal to rho 2 is equal to rho, same liquid. Okay, so A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. This is known as equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. Clear? So you can copy down this. Shall I erase this part quickly? We'll go to what is the physical significance of A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2. Physical significance, A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2. What is the meaning of that? That we are going to discuss it now. Clear? Shall I erase the board? Alright. Clear? So we came across what? A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2. Okay. Now this V stands for velocities. Okay, remember. So AV should be equal to what? A constant. Okay, constant value. Or what I can write means V will be equal to constant divided by area A. This A stands for area, V stands for velocity. Clear? So V is equal to constant divided by A. So what I am going to tell you means V is inversely proportional to A. So what is the meaning of this? If cross-sectional area of the liquid is very small, okay, then velocity will be maximum, very high. That means velocity and cross-sectional area, they are what? Inversely related. If the area of cross-section is very small, then what will happen for the velocity? Velocity will be very much maximum. Clear? In the other hand, if area, cross-sectional area is higher value, okay, if the cross-sectional area A, if it is having a larger cross-sectional area, then what will happen for the velocity? What will happen for the velocity? Velocity value will be decreases, because V is inversely proportional to A. If A value becomes minimum means, how I can show you means, if A value became minimum means, V value should have to become maximum. Clear? If A value became maximum means, a V value should have to become minimum. Okay? So that's why velocity is inversely related with area A. That means if cross-sectional area is very small, then the fluid velocity will be very high. Clear? Next, if cross-sectional area is larger one, velocity will be very much less. Clear? So next we are going to discuss about one more factor, that is nothing but rate of fluid flow. So where I can write a rate of fluid flow is given by Q. Here, rate of fluid flow, it is given by Q. It signifies as volume of water which is entering in unit time. Clear? So Q is equal to volume, I will be writing it as capital V. Clear? Whole divided by time t. Clear? So Q is equal to V by T, where V is nothing but what? V is nothing but what? Volume of the fluid, okay, which is entering with the unit value of time, that means in 1 second. So for this volume, okay, how I can interchange this volume term now? Can you tell me? Volume, how I can interchange this term? Volume I can write it as what? Cross sectional area into length of that, correct na? So in the place of V, I will write A into L. Clear? Why means cross sectional area into length is nothing but what? Volume. Clear? So Q is equal to volume. So I will be writing it as A into L whole divided by T as it is already mentioned. Clear? A into L divided by T. Now just signify about this L by T. Clear? What I can write? Velocity. Correct now? So Q is equal to A into V. So where Q is nothing but rate of fluid flow. Okay? V by T or A into small v, where V signifies here velocity and here V signifies volume. Correct now? So here V uses velocity actually, here V will be volume, T will be time, A will be cross sectional area. Clear? Shall we go to some numericals based on this equation of continuity? You can copy down this very quickly. Okay, simple steps, easy steps. If you want to copy down this, you can copy it down. Okay. Shall I erase the board? Okay. Okay, let us solve a numerical based on equation of continuity. So what that given? A pipe of non-uniform cross section has two distinct stations, 1 and 2. First of all, pipe is having what? Non-uniform cross section. Clear? So one side cross section is, how much it is? 2 centimeter square. Okay, and one more side 4 centimeter square respectively, they are given. Okay, next, if the velocity of flowing liquid at station 1 is 5 centimeters per second. Okay, for first end they are telling that the velocity is how much? 5 centimeters per second. Clear? Next, determine the velocity at station 2. Okay, this is 2. So how we can go? First of all, try to write given quantities. Station 1, station 2 with areas. 2 areas that are given. A1 how much? 2 centimeter square. A2 is 4 centimeter square. Clear? Respectively. If the velocity of the flowing liquid at station 1 is 5 centimeter per second. So station 1 is 5 centimeter per second. Station 1 area is 2 centimeter per second square. So what is 5 centimeters per second? That is nothing but what? V1. Correct? So V1 is equal to how much? 5 centimeter per second. Clear? So determine the velocity at station 2, V2 they are asking. Will you solve? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Clear? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So A1 how much? 2 centimeter square. Clear? Keep it in CGS units only. Okay. Next, V1 value how much? 5 centimeter per second. Okay. A2 value 4 centimeter per. 4 centimeter square. V2 value they are asking. So 2 5s are 10. Okay. Divided by 4 is equal to V2. 2 2s are 2 5s are. So 5 by 2. If you make 2 parts in 5 means one part will be 2.5. Correct? V2 will be 2.5. This is velocity. We are calculating in what? CGS units. So V2 is equal to 2.5 centimeter per second. Clear? So this will be your V2. Simple. Okay. you are going to apply what? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Clear? Equation of continuity. From the equation of continuity, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. Just simplify the given values. Okay, put the data and cross check what is the value for V2. Here V2 here we got it as 2.5 centimeter per second. Clear? Shall we go to next problem? Shall I erase? Shall I erase the board? Right. Clear? So now we are going to discuss about one more important numerical which is based on both equation of continuity as well as what is that Q is equal to V by T, okay, rate of flowing water. So let us go through the question. A broad pipe having a radius of 10 centimeter branches into two pipes of radii 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. So what is the meaning of this? We are having a broad pipe, its radius was 10 centimeter earlier. Okay, shall we go for the solution part here only? So we were having a broad pipe. Okay, let us draw broader. Okay. So a radius of this broader pipe R is equal to 10 centimeter is given to us. Clear? Branches into two pipes of radii 5 centimeter and 3 centimeter. Clear? That means this pipe will branch into two different parts. Clear? Are you following? So here radius is how much it is? 5 centimeter, and here radius is 3 centimeter. Clear? So here radius R is equal to 5 centimeter. Here radius R is equal to 3 centimeter. Clear? So R is equal to 3 centimeter. Clear? Next, if the velocity of the flowing water in the radius 3 centimeter, that means in this pipe, okay, velocity given how much? 5 centimeter per second. So here velocity given to us, let us call it as V3, okay, third one. So V3 is equal to how much it is? 5 centimeter per second. Clear? V3 is equal to 5 centimeter per second. Okay, V3. Next, what they are asking, determine the velocities of water in the remaining two pipes. That means here also they are asking us what is the value for velocity. Okay, let us call it as V1. And here also they are asking us velocity. This is nothing but V2. V1, V2 they are asking. Determine the velocities of water in the remaining two pipes. Given that rate of discharge through the main branch is 600 pi. So what is the meaning of this? A rate of discharge value they had given 600 pi. Okay, Q value which is given as 600 pi centimeter cube per second. Yeah. So how to solve this problem? First of all, let us try to calculate what is the value for V1, because it is very easy. They had given us Q value. Clear? A rate of discharge value already they had given us Q value. From this Q, R also given to us, how we can calculate velocity. Clear? How I can write that Q is equal to what? Rate of discharge, volume per unit time, which is nothing but V by T. Or how we had written, Q is equal to A into velocity. Clear? Now 600 pi value is nothing but Q. 600 pi. Okay. Area for this, what is this main branch? Okay. What is that? It is a circular pipe having the area pi r square. R value is 10. So what I can write here, pi into r is 10 centimeter. R square means it will become what? 100. Clear? Is equal to, we are going to calculate for V1. Let us give this as V1. So 600 pi is equal to 100 into pi into V1. So 2 zeros, pi will cancel. So what is remaining? V1 is equal to 6 centimeter per second. So here velocity V1 is nothing but what? 6 centimeter per second. We calculated V1 as 6 centimeter per second. Okay, now what we have to calculate? V2 we have to calculate. Okay, V3 already given, R given, here also radius given, V2 we have to calculate. Here rate of discharge we know, R we know, V1 also we know. Clear? Remember, the amount of water which is flowing here, the amount of water will get divided here. Okay, so what I will write means total water, okay, or the rate of discharge what we were having here, that is equal to sum of these two. Clear? That means here we are having rate of discharge A into V, or we can write A1 V1, okay, where A is area, V is nothing but what? Velocity. Clear? This is nothing but what? Velocity. So A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2 plus A3 V3. Okay? So amount of water entering here should be equal to here amount of water how much flowing plus here amount of water how much flowing. So what I can write, A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2 plus A3 V3. Now substitute the values. A1 V1 is directly that given, which is nothing but 600 pi. This Q is nothing but what? A1 V1 only. Okay, A1 V1 direct value directly we can write, this is nothing but what? 600 pi should be equal to. We are calculating for V2. Remember, A2 V2. First of all, write A2 pi r square value. Pi into r square. R is 5 centimeter. 5 5s are 25. Pi r square into V2 plus A3 V3. A3 first of all pi r square. Pi into r square. 3 into 3. R is 3. 3 3s are 9. Clear? Then V3 is 5. Clear? So first of all, you can take pi common here and cancel with this pi. Pi will cancel. So 600 is equal to 25 V2 plus 9 5s are 45. Correct na? So now come to this point. 45 you can take it to left hand side. So what is remaining here? 600 minus 45. Correct no? 600 minus 45 is equal to 25 V2. Okay. 600 minus 45, how much it will be? 555 is equal to 25 V2. Clear? So V2 is equal to finally 555 whole divided by 25. Okay? 5 5s are 25. 5 1s are 5 1s are 5 1s are 5 1s are 5. 5 2s are 10. 1 is remaining. 5 2s are again 10. Okay, again 1 is remaining. Okay, 22.22. So V2 is equal to 22. We are going to calculate, we are calculating all the values in CGS units. So better we will write V2 is equal to 22 centimeter per second. Clear? So this is how you will be going to get the numericals based on equation of continuity as well as the rate of flow of water. Okay, rate of flow of water, it is nothing but what? Volume of water which is flowing per unit time. Or we can write it as Q is equal to A into V, where V is velocity. Clear? Cross sectional area into velocity. It will give us what? A rate of flow of water. Or one more equation what we are having for rate of flow of water, that is nothing but Q is equal to volume divided by time. Okay, volume per unit time. Okay, so here in this question what they had given, first of all they had given that we are having a main branch, clear, and that main branch is again divided into two different branches. What is this main source, it is dividing into two different branches, like that they had given. Radii values they had given. Okay, velocity for only one they had given, and remaining two they had asked. Clear? By the equation of continuity, or better we can tell it as with this equation, rate of flow of water, which is nothing but cross sectional area into velocity. With this formula we had calculated V1, and next this is also nothing but what, if amount of water which is entering here, that is going here as well as here. Okay, that's why A1 V1 should be equal to A2 V2 plus A3 V3. Okay, by substituting all the values we had got V2 is equal to 22 centimeter per second. Clear? So don't waste your time, keep studying. Again we are going to continue in our next class. Clear? Thank you.